Regular viewers might notice that I am wearing a collared shirt today, which has never happened before, and very rarely happens in my regular life. The reason is I was told to. I'm driving to Chicago today to have an electroencephalogram measuring brainwave activity for a continuous 24-hour period. You wear the thing. Hello friends, welcome to Mr. Snayl's Wild Ride. I am Mr. Snayl, and the wild ride is my life in a car. So last year about this time, I was going out of my mind. After meeting with numerous doctors, it was determined that I had a number of problems that I hadn't evidenced before. I've been on this battery of new medications for almost a year now, and they were prescribed to deal with a number of troubling symptoms. And although the major ones have been curtailed for the most part, a number of the minor ones have not. And in addition, some side effects have been added to the mix. So I decided in light of things it was time to get a second opinion. I lived in Chicago for 15 years, and I had a great relationship with my internist there. I still do. And I still consult with him from time to time. I had an appointment with him a couple weeks ago to bring him completely up to speed about the crazy behavior, everything. He agreed it was worth taking a closer look. Now that my major symptoms were brought under control, we were in a position to do that. I had an appointment with the neurologist. He agreed that it warranted a reassessment of the situation, to have what's called an ambulatory EEG. And they told me 3 things that I had to do. I had to not put in hair gel or product. That wasn't a problem. I had to wear a button-down shirt, and I had to bring a hat. Baseball caps were okay. Well, here it is. This is the campus. I've lost track of how many times I've driven down this little street toward the parking when my wife was here. Or the other time my wife was here. Or the time after that my wife was here. Boy. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. Ooh, that's an especially nice job considering that that's not a space. I'm in the neurological testing waiting room, about half an hour early, but I'd rather be early than late. Here are all the other people that are waiting to be tested. I don't know if you can hear the blaring television, as always, playing for nobody. I bought a keychain fob from Think Geek. I was inspired after an especially harrowing night in the ER with my wife, who used to be especially prone to migraines. Anyway, you point it at the television, at any television, and you press the button, and you hold the button down, and it beams an infrared off signal, and it just cycles through every known television brand. And you hold the button down until whatever television you're pointing it at goes off. I haven't had the guts to carry it around on a regular basis and use it very often, but I frequently wished that I had it. So that was my first view, and there's the person that's going to put it all on me.
What's up?
Turns out the button-down shirt was for my benefit, so I don't have to try to pull it off over all these wires at the end of the day. And the hat is for people who are easily embarrassed. It's also probably for people who would get easily freaked out looking at me with all these wires. I don't know if you can see that back there, sticking out. Now I've got to survive the next 20 hours with this thing as my new best friend, and it's already been a huge pain in the ass. In addition to not being very talkative, it's also attached to the back of me. It's like having a long ponytail that I can't just flick out when I sit on it. Oh, it's just a nightmare. And because I'm like trying to be careful, I've already tweaked my back by sort of holding the strap, at this awkward... So I'm just going to try to take it easy, I guess. That's not a very interesting vlog, or, I don't know, documentary, I guess. It's also not very interesting to have attached. It's not like there's anything I can see. It's not like 30 years ago where I could hear the gears grinding as the little pens tracked the EEG lines on a piece of coiling paper or anything like that. Although, they did give me this piece of paper where I'm supposed to document... Can you see that? Oh, that's better here. Whereas you can see I'm supposed to document whenever I have an event. That's just another way of saying a seizure or a seizure symptom. So for me, that would be like a weird smell or an emotional explosion, I guess, although I haven't had one of those since last summer. But I definitely have had the sensory hallucinations. Not today, of course. So we'll see. We'll see if something happens that's worth documenting. Anticipation, the tension. Good morning, friends. Well, I didn't sleep worth a damn. I don't know why exactly. It's not like the wires hurt or itched or anything. And it's not like my friend snored or tossed and turned or hogged the bed. I was probably just paranoid about, I don't know, like rolling over on the wires or pulling the wires or something. But it will be over soon. And yes, I slept in my collared shirt, even though I was supposed to wear a button-down so that I could take it off more easily. I don't know. It seemed like a good idea at the time. I was worried about being cold. Oh well. Up and at them. Today the waiting room television is playing wind-based New Age music. That's its own kind of bad. So she's taking the memory card out, and that's the guy complaining, I guess.
Beeping, asking where to go.
Yeah, where's my brain? So we have that in common, I suppose. As you can see, it's all gone. No more Cyborg. It wasn't really much to show. She just dabbed all the spots with acetone, and they just kind of popped right off. So now it's more waiting. She just has to look at the results, and the new neurologist has to look at the results, and told me to call in a couple days to see what the next step was, whether it's a follow-up appointment or whatever. So, more waiting. I am Mr. Snayl, and my wife, driving to Northwestern in Chicago to have what's called, what is it called? Shit. Stupid brain. It's hard to vlog in public, especially when you're as inexperienced and sheepish about it as I am.